I guess I'm supposed to be playing the intro, right?
Yeah, of course.
Hey guys, it's your girl Stephanie and your co-host Carmisha. Tune out the world and tap into Real Life Topics podcast, where we converse about everything concerning the dynamics of life. Check us out every Thursday live on Facebook at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Any topics you want to speak on. Two divas with the knowledge, survive the struggle, resume strong. Life trials and tribulations, been through it all. Experience much, I took some fall. But got back up, now it's time to ball. In God we trust, His word stand tall. There's power in the words that you speak over your life. Carmisha and Stephanie's here to help you get your life back right. Speak victory and rise above. Any obstacles cross your path. Tune in and have a blast. This is Real Life Topic Podcast.
Mr. Success.
Welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast, baby. Real Life Topics Podcast is in the building.
Yay! Woo!
Good evening. Good evening. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast. And of course, 7-ish turned into 8-ish tonight.
And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. At least we had a real technical difficulty today. It was a very bad storm out in the suburbs of Illinois. And baby, it cut the power. The power been off for 3-4 hours and it's counting. Really, really, and really. But welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast, guys. Welcome, and welcome again. Ooh, so I look a mess. Once again, like I was telling y'all, the power is out on my end. Which one of y'all houses I can come to tonight? Because I ain't got no power. The weather is...
Don't ask that question. Don't ask that question, baby. You already know ain't nothing but a bunch of predators on here anyway.
Right. Which one of y'all's houses Real Life Topics Podcast to come to? Because I ain't got no power, y'all. The weather that wiped it out. It was a real bad thunderstorm. I'm talking about it was very windy. It got real dark and all. The garbage cans and everything was flying away. It was pretty bad. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast. Okay. Welcome to Real Life Topics Podcast.
Right, that part. Because you're in the place, you got to be a little, woo, got to be a little quiet. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Bolingbrook Library.
It's been a while. It's been a while. What are we talking about tonight?
Genuine unity is our topic for today.
And forgiveness.
Genuine unity. Genuine unity is a big thing for me. Because sometimes people try to act like they're coming together with things, maybe for the benefit of themselves. To try to act like they down for the count or they're want to come together as one. But at the same time, like I said, that's where the word genuine comes in at, because sometimes people have a motive and it's not always about trying to help you or come together with you.
Or help each other, like be there for each other.
Yes, so.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure. But yeah, I think that's when you kind of find out what demons you're battling and then maybe what demons the other people is battling as well. Because, anytime we judge a situation, which we're supposed to, especially when you're trying to grow, when you talk about another person, you have to point the finger back at yourself and find out what's going on with you too. You know what I mean? Because that's where the discernment comes in, and as far as us just knowing who for us and who ain't. You know what I mean? That's life. You know what I mean? You got to take the good with the bad, right? So with that being said, it's just about maneuvering and just basically finding your soul tribe, the people that, you can kind of, if you pay attention, you can see people that are for you and who ain't for you. You can feel it. You can feel it.
You can feel it.
So instead of ignoring the red flags, as most of us do, you know what I mean? Especially because we always, like they say, and I'm starting to hate that term, and I hate it, but I dislike the term benefit of doubt, because how can you have this? What benefit does doubt have? You know what I mean? That's kind of like a contradiction. Mm-hmm. And I feel like when you do go through things like that, it's a lesson in it. It's blessings and lessons in everything we do in life, right? So sometimes we have to go through things in order to understand our weaknesses and our strong suits, you know? So, I mean, when you're dealing with people, like I said, what's for you is for you. God is going to always show you things. He's going to bring you who's supposed to be towards you, you know? But sometimes there are things that we have to work out within ourselves too, so we're not attracting those people or letting them get over on us. Because, you know, even the Bible speaks about how people are ravenous wolves, you know what I'm saying? Just waiting to devour, you know, sheeps and wolves. Wolves in sheep's clothing. People always act like they're genuine or for you, but at the end of the day, you know? So and it's sad to say, but it's like, that's when you have to make the decision to say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that, or, you know what I mean? Move on peacefully, because everything don't have to be no war, no battle. You know what I mean? If there can be peace. And my thing is, my peace is my biggest stability. You know, I don't really do good in chaos and drama and foolishness, you know? And then, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're in that, you're always going to find yourself in some kind of trouble. You know what I mean? So it's just good to kind of be able to gauge the situation beforehand, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's hard to come together with people. But for me, it's quality over quantity. I would rather have a few good people in my life than a whole bunch of people that ain't for me.
That's true.
So,
and that's good. It's like discernment. You have to have discernment, you know. Sometimes, so you won't even get yourself caught up in having to realize that
nobody perfect.
That feeling.
Nobody perfect. Yeah. So even in the midst of discernment, people who have like me, I have discernment. Don't mean I don't run across people, places, and things that's not for me.
Of course.
But the one thing that I can say, discernment does help me not to get too deep into the shit. You know what I'm saying? It helps me to be like, yeah, no, this is familiar. This feeling is not one that I know I want to go back to. So let me go over here. You know what I mean? And like I said, it doesn't even have to be ill will toward the situation, people, places, or things. It's just knowing what is best for you. Because ain't nobody going to love you like you. Ain't nobody going to take care of you like you. Ain't, you know what I mean? Just you in the universe. So at the end of the day, you have to make righteous decisions. And it's sad to say that we as people have a problem coming together. But, I mean, you have to be resolution based. You know what I mean? How can we unify with each other when this person problem is this, that person problem is this, but then we don't know how to communicate. Like, we don't have the tools to come together like we're supposed to. I mean, because there's different aspects. You can want to be around a person all day, but if y'all not clicking as far as in the communication, or, you know what I'm saying, the things that y'all are doing, is always going to be some conflict of interest. But like you said, also being genuine with ulterior motives. If you do have a motive, let me know. Like, hey, listen, you can do this, I can do that. Let's, you know what I mean? That I don't take that as ulterior motive. I take that just trying to work with somebody to come together to do what we're trying to do, versus somebody who's simply preying upon you. You know, there's so many people that see you and they see you vulnerable, or they see something in you that they like, and it's very selfish how people operate nowadays. Anyway, you know what I mean?
Very selfish. That's what I've been seeing a lot lately. A lot of selfishness. I'm just like, oh, okay, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's people I'm just not helping just to help without a benefit for themselves. So I'm starting to realize that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Remember, we was having a conversation. I told you one of the things that, like, you know, my brother said to me a while ago was the expectations. You can't place your expectations upon other people. You have to expect people to be exactly who they show you are. You know what I mean? And some people, they don't even have to show you too much. Like I said, sometimes you get a feeling off of a person, they be like, yeah, no. And like I said, I'd rather be safe than sorry. You know what I mean? And I don't live my life in fear at all. You know what I mean? I move about, you know what I'm saying, in a way that is beneficial, but at the end of the day, I'm still cautious, because who want to be hurt? Who want to be harmed? Who want to have the rug slipped under their feet? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how the world is today, and it's far and few in between genuine people. You can't have genuine unity if you don't have genuine people. We're in a world full of fake stuff. Everybody is kind of surface. There is no depth. People don't really care. They don't have compassion. You know what I mean? And then it's like, for those of us,
there's a lot of selfishness going on.
Yeah, but for those of us who do have that in us, we preyed upon by people. You know what I mean? Those who feel like they can get over, or use you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Or say any old thing to you.
Yeah, abuse. Remember,
Verbal abuse is a big thing too. A lot of people need to know that verbal abuse is just as worse as physical abuse.
Any abuse.
But the things that come out your mouth are powerful. Words are powerful. So, you know, people just need to watch what they say.
They do, and they don't care. It's like no filter, no, you know, but then you expect respect back. You know what I mean? So if I come out my bag on you, then I'm wrong. Or at the end of the day, like I said, either I come out the bag or I'm a kind of move stage, you know, left, because who got time for that? Nobody want to live their life that way. Like, come on now. Like I said, it's rare. Genuine people are rare because we live in a society with no depth. People don't have, you know, no realness about them. Everything is about appeasing what we call instant gratification. You know what I mean? It's a dog eat dog world. People will climb over on, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to kind of watch your back. You got to maneuver. All right, and the reason why the old person told me, you're like, yeah, I don't know people, but I know me. And most of the people that you're supposed to be around are gonna come drawn to you anyway, you know?
Yeah,
and the people that's not supposed to be in your life, you just have to have the gumption to either meet them where they are or move around. Because like I said, they don't
meet them where they are.
Listen, everybody, there's gonna be like, and everybody's not gonna like me. Everybody's not gonna like you. I'm not gonna like everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm respectful enough to respect you, be, you know, cordial. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, and if it's too much for me that I'm moving around, because I can't dictate, you grown. I can't dictate your space, your life, what you got going on, what you're doing, none of that. What I can do is dictate how I put myself in your space. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at nobody for doing what they do. You can only be mad at yourself for being in the situation. In the long run, don't even be mad. Just wise enough to move around. It is what it is. Because there's more than one way to skin a cat. Just because I don't live my life the same way as you live, your life don't make it right, it don't make it wrong. It just makes it different. And it may not, our energies may not come to, you know what I mean? But the thing about unity is not everybody agreeing, just having a basic understanding. You know? I don't like what you're doing, so I don't want to, you know, no, let's just have a baby. You may not like it. You may not like it, but it's like, okay, we can still work together. I gotta.
Because I might not like what you're doing, but we still should support one another, and we still should have unity. So that's a big issue for me too. Everybody is kind of cultish. You know, it's like, I don't do that, so you know, it's getting ridiculous. It really is. But and then people pick and choose. It'd be the same thing. It'd be a contradictory to me. It's a big contradictory. People are contradicting themselves on a daily basis. The way you live, you looking at somebody else talking about you shouldn't do that, but you would do that, but just in a different way. Like,
but that's why I said, like, you may not like, people may not like what you're doing. Y'all may not agree. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is that you got going on, I may not like it, but I'm okay with you doing you. You know what I mean? As long as it's not negatively affecting me. You know what I mean? And I should be able to express my opinion without it coming off harsh or fucked up. Like, girl, yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm gonna stay over here because, you know, and I'm not mad. I'm not sad. You know what I'm saying? It's just, okay, you know, that's not, well, girl, go have fun, or I'll support you the way that I can. You cannot place your expectations upon other people, because that's when you get yourself disappointed. You get your feelings hurt. You get let down. You know what I mean? Like, and to be honest with you, it's a growing process, because even in my big old age of 38 years old, I'm still learning how to deal with people. You know what I mean? We all are. We're all here to help each other and affect each other in some kind of way, whether it be negative or positive, because sometimes people come in your life for negativity, but it's to teach you a lesson, because maybe it's a cycle, it's maybe something that you're not learning. You know what I mean? We all want to grow so bad, and we want things, and like you said, we want unity, but we have to find the source of the problem, and it may just be the people that we're around. It may not even be you. You know what I mean? You may not, the things that you want to do in life, it may not be congruent to the type of people you're around. And you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and it's not no ill will when you do make a mature decision for yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We should just be able to have enough gumption to have the conversations. Let's communicate. Let's understand that it ain't no hard, no bad blood, no bad feelings, or whatever the case may be, and move on and still be able to unify. Because I can still help you in these areas. I may not be able to, you know, I may not mess with that, but, you know, over here, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying fuck everybody and everything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I had a conversation with somebody. I was talking to them, and I found myself arguing with them all the time. And I had to take a step back, like, dang, every time you talk to this person, it's like a negative, and you find your day be off. You know what I mean? Like, your day is off because you've just entertained negativity. So I had to talk to the person on some adult shit, like, listen, I need to stop cussing. On some adult, things, and I was like, well, I don't really want to talk to you because you're very negative. That's an adult conversation to have with somebody. And you can't get mad if I'm telling you this, because I'm telling you that you vexing my spirit with the things that you bring in me are not, is Debbie Downing my day. And if you may feel that way, and I'm not telling you that your feelings are not valid, I'm just telling you that I can't be the person to have those conversations. You know what I mean? And if it's going to continue to be negative, I'd rather not have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just is what it is. And I'm not mad at you. I don't think you less of a person. I don't feel no type of way towards you. This is just my feelings and how I feel and how I want to operate as a human being. And I have to respect the way you want to operate as well. If we could do that, if we could come to a basic understanding, things would be so much more easier. But it's the stubbornness, it's the big-headedness, it's the ego, it's the thinking you're higher and mightier than somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing this life has taught me is, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't think you better than nobody, because you never know a person's situation. You know what I mean? Sometimes we may look at a person like, I remember one of my friends I met, when I first met them, they were very like dirty. I ain't gonna even lie, like raggedy, And had I judged the book by the cover, I would have missed 1,000,002 blessings. You know what I mean? But I vibe with people's spirit. It's not really what you have or what you can do for me kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's good to have people to reciprocate energy with. But if we're talking about reciprocation of energy and you're a negative person, if I reciprocate that back to you, am I wrong? So how about me just taking back my power and just moving along, because that's not really worth my time. And that's not being facetious or thinking you better than. That's just understanding who you are and knowing how you operate and being confident enough in yourself to be able to do so in a way that is beneficial to you and those around you. And if you can't understand it, then you're not mature enough. And then I'm just like, it is what it is. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fuss. I don't want to fight. I don't think I know everything. That's the pre-disclaimer for this show. We all learning and growing through each other. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to express my thought, and I want people to be able to express their thoughts, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you from my observation, my point of view. Others may have those, and I'm okay with you having yours. As long as you do it respectfully, I'm going to make sure I do it respectfully. But the moment you put something out that way and spirit make it come out, I can't do nothing about that. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, if you reciprocate energy to me and this put in my spirit to reciprocate it back, you can't get mad at the consequences. People will do stuff to you, and then if you cut them off or do it back to them, they're looking at you like you're crazy, like you're wrong. People are full of themselves. People are delusional. People want you to live in their delusion. They want to live in a part of that's not reality. They don't want to live in reality, and then they want you to. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Like, people want you to lie to them. T said he want to hop on. Is he on here? Let me see. I can't even. Let me look at the chat. I ain't even been looking at the chat all this time.
Right. Well, I can't see it because I'm on my phone and stuff. So, right. He said send him the link.
Let me see. Can I?
I look a mess. Yeah, y'all.
We need to stop being hard on that. Like, it's so crazy, like the standard that we set ourselves to. And it's like I said, of the blind leading the blind. Like that when I walked up in that store and that man was going off. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's also crazy is when you go out into the world being a certain kind of way and you meet your match and then your feelings is hurt. It's like, it's always somebody out there that got you. Okay, I don't know. Here, I gotta see him. Hold on, here it is. Okay, Facebook.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Too ridiculous. Yeah, so genuine unity, guys, that is our topic for today. Forgiveness as well. What do you guys think about forgiveness? Should we forgive and forget, or should we just forgive?
No, you can't forget. If you forget, then you bound to go through the same thing over and over again. You got to learn from mistakes. So to forget something, I mean, if you do, I mean, you know, but I don't. To me, my opinion is you shouldn't forget. You should forgive if you can, because that's the best policy, not just for yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, not for those, but it's really the forgiveness is for you and your healing and your state of mind and your well-being. Because you know how you ever heard when people say they want closure, and it's like you're looking to the person that did the BS to you to give you closure, when it's like reality is understanding that they hurt you, and you know they may not even meant to hurt you, or whatever the case may be. But for you to go back to the person that hurt you and look for closure is ludicrous. You have to give that to yourself. You have to give grace to yourself. We have all been I ain't gonna say we all, but a lot of us have, because you know we're talking, like I said, this is just in general. Some of us have played the fool. You know what I mean? Like what I want to stop doing is, you know how you see somebody going through something and it's something that you may not do, and you be like, that's stupid. But at the end of the day, it's like, is it really? Because you were in a situation where somebody probably thought it was stupid too. You know what I mean? So we have to learn how to give grace. I'm going to add Teasy on. All right now. Can you say something so we can see if we can hear you?
Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. What's the real life topic? Young Teasy, the CEO of Quality Music Management in the building.
Looking bad as ever. Just got off that clock, right back on the clock.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You got to do what you got to do, right? Hustle hard.
One of the dynamics of living life.
That's right. Real life, baby. And if you ain't watching real life, your life ain't real. Check us out. So I'm saying you got
they live in a fairy tale.
Who? Okay, yeah. Go ahead. What you got to say to us? What we were saying? Go on, get in there. Put your.
No, I was saying they live in a fairy tale if they ain't tapped into the real life.
That's right. Thank you.
That's right.
That is correct. Correct the window. So I mean, we must have intrigued you because you asked me to add you to the chat. So what you think about what we're talking about, genuine unity? I think that was the topic that we were talking about before. You know, you wanted to tap into.
I mean, I'm a supporter of y'all regardless. You know, if I'm free and I can hop on, always send me the link. But yeah, what y'all was talking about, you know, it's just. It hit home to a lot of people, you know. It might sound like, you know, we coming out harsh, but sometimes you got to be told the real. You know, I was saying on my live yesterday about Quality Music Management is not a babysitter's club. It do not say Quality Music Management Yes Man Group. You know, I'm here to tell you what you need to know, you know, on top of giving my opinion. You know, sometimes my opinion may not be the opinion that you want to hear, or sometimes I may come off harsh. I am a man, so it's going to come off masculine, you know, so people have to, you know, take knowledge and understand just because a person sound, you know, harsh don't mean they coming to you in a harsh way, you know.
Well, I think that's a part of communication too, because I had a conversation with somebody about that as well. And it's a way that you talk to people where they'll receive you. And it's a way that you can talk to a person where you can be kicking nothing but straight knowledge, and they won't receive you because it's not in the way, I guess, that vibrates with their frequency in order for them to be able to take in what you're saying. So I think you just have to gauge situations. You know, we also have to have some type of emotional intelligence, but truth is what it is.
Yep, you definitely. And like I said, if you want them to understand and you want them to take the knowledge in, then you should have the sense of mind to, you know, talk to them at a tone that they are receptive, right? So yeah, I definitely agree. You know, that's one of the problems that I, you know, sometimes have, you know, because I don't have that, you know, really in me to console your feelings if I feel like I'm telling you something that should be meaningful to you.
Aqua gang. And listen, all you can do is, because me, I'm the type of person, if I am in that situation, I will apologize because, like I said, I don't mean to come off that way, but my truth is not going to change. And at the end of the day, most of the people that you have those conversations with, when you do come off like that, they'll come back to you and say, you know what, I didn't like how you said that to me, but what you said was real. Because real recognize real. You know what I mean?
Like they probably don't be willing to hear it right now, but once they urge work, it'll sit on them, you know, and it'll resonate, you know, when they feel like it should resonate with them.
So what's your outtake on genuine unity?
Me, I just feel like, you know, I'm not forced to be around nobody, you know. So any person I'm around, I'm gonna make sure, you know, if not only I'm in a great space, you in a great space, you know. So, you know, just be mindful that everybody is not gonna be in the space that you in. But if you want to be around that person, you know, sometimes you gotta meet them at their ground or just don't be around.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's facts.
But I mean, it's also when you have a cause that is righteous, sometimes you have to put your differences aside just to be able to get that thing done. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to agree to disagree in order to grow. You know what I mean? In order to produce, in order to get things done. It's not gonna always be sunshines and flowers. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's guns and roses, and you have to be okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, we are so offended by the truth.
Yep. And on that note, when, like I say, when, you know, I'm dealing with my team, you know, and we are at, you know, a disagreement, you know, what I always say, we'll try both. You know, we'll try your idea and try my idea. That way we're not, you know, at a feud. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the way you kick all the kinks out. You know, we'll try your idea and we'll try mine. You know, let the atmosphere, you know, decide on which one was a better idea.
Yeah, because ain't no big ass and little U's, you know what I mean? And your idea may be better than mine, or combined together, it may you take off and be better. So, you know, like, it is, that's a good way of thinking about it. I think we need to learn how to be more resolution driven.
Yep.
Versus looking at the problem.
Yeah.
This the problem, not the problem, this the problem. Okay, what's the solution?
Yep. Because everybody got a problem, but nobody have a solution.
How can we help each other?
Yeah, I mean, look, like they say, united we stand, divided we fall. So if we gonna be talking about the problem, we're always gonna be at some kind of standstill. Like you said, let's take all the okay, we got them problems. How many solutions do we have? Let's take the solutions and let's try them all and see what is beneficial for all of us as a whole, and stop being so selfish and single-minded and backstabby, and you know, like it's ridiculous. It's definitely hard to come by genuine people, but I also think a lot of genuine people get hurt in the long run. Like they say, good girls or good guys finish last, and that's why I feel like I'm saying myself personally, I'm like that. You know, like I'm a very genuine person, but when it comes down to the truth, I'm gonna let you know what it is. Yep. I'm not gonna, because I am real. You know what I mean? I am a genuine person, so I have to tell you what it is, so that way ain't no lines blurred. You know, that's kind of the catch-22 of the personality type. It's like we can be real cool, we can have a good time, it could be fun, or it can. And I ain't gonna even say be real bad, but it definitely can go there. And I'm gonna tell you what it is, so that way we don't have no other roadblocks. If I can do so, you gotta know when to hold on with a phone, because you can't have conversations with everybody either.
I mean, you can. It's just how long can you? You definitely can have a conversation with a lot of people. And like I said, I have that. You know, like, I'm not a people person. I don't talk. By the time you get done talking to me, you are the most best people person. You know, because it's about understanding. You know who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like with an interview, most people don't even have never had an interview. So an interview with best way to help them is to have questions for them. You know what I'm saying? If you're an interviewer and you don't have questions for a person that never been interviewed, yes, it's going to be a shitty ass interview, because one, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. They don't know how to answer what you may ask them to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So you just, most of the time, you just got to know what you want, because once you know what you want, everybody that's in front of you and see what you want, you know, is going to address to your needs, basically. How I see it.
I just feel like if everybody went in life at 100%, we will all be good. Everybody want to pull back and not be who they gonna be because they worried about what the next person gonna do. But you're gonna be blessed regardless, or whatever, you know, whatever bag. So just be who you be genuinely. Be who you are genuinely at 100% capacity. And if we all learn how to do that, things will be so much better off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, may not be close to them as you were, but you know, it'll be better off because you'll be where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Without the confusion.
That's a fact. Okay, so what was our next subject matter, Steph?
Forgiveness.
Oh yeah, you said what is it? We gotta forgive somebody for us. Oh yeah, like I said,
What was it?
Forgiveness.
How do you forgive, or do you forgive?
Right. Forgiveness. Do you forgive or you forget? Or are you supposed to forgive?
Oh
Or
yeah, you always
are
forgive, but
there
you will
rules to
never.
forgiving?
Yeah, you always forgive, but you will never forget. And like I say,
no,
you just don't put yourself in that same situation. Because when you don't forgive, you hold in anger towards yourself, and then that anger that you holding in towards yourself gonna affect the person that it don't apply to. You know, so
mm-hmm.
it's just like sweeping stuff under the rug, and not expect to have to walk over a hump every day.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a
Yeah.
fact.
Yes.
You gotta forgive it for yourself. You have to. It's just really for the healing process. You know what I mean? And for your energetic field, like people don't even know, like anger and stuff will cause you to have sickness in your body. It will cause disease because it's a frequency.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like you deteriorating yourself, even just partaking in the foolishness. You know, you may become bitter. You know what I mean? Like you said, your disposition is all off, and now you're walking around angry at the world because of something that somebody else took you through.
And that's how I was growing up. You know, for some reason I never knew. You know, the reason why I was that type of person, but I kind of grew up like that for no damn reason. I don't know if it was a thought or a process that I was just going through mentally so I can overcome that. But I was like that for a long time
Like
growing up,
what?
just mad at the world.
Mm.
And it come from me, where I stayed, growing up. I had to fight every day. You know what I'm saying? From going to school to coming home. I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? For the habitat I was in. From when I was in grade school to even when I got in middle school. I had to fight. So that led me to having that type of ego. That type of movement. Like everybody I'm around, I gotta watch you because I might have to steal off on you. You know what I'm saying? And that
Mhm.
really started taking a toll on my life, where motherfuckers will see me like there go man, and they'll go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know it's either finna be hammer time or it's finna be chill time. And nobody want to have to decide on how they're gonna live their day around a person. You know what I'm saying? So I had to understand, that I am in control of my atmosphere. And like I always tell everybody on the live that I'm on, I could say one word or one sentence to either one of you ladies and make y'all never want to get on the podcast with me again, because I know I control, like y'all was saying earlier, what I say may not hurt y'all, but y'all know y'all won't get on her with me again to be, in that position again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just just had to look at my reality. Like, I control my atmosphere, and like I said, I'm not forced to be around nobody. I am more of a loner person, people would say, than a groupie. I never was the type of nigga that go in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could be at the store and a crowd forms around me, because of my energy. And what you were saying about being mad, uh it
Yeah.
takes so much energy out of you to be mad than just to be cool, and I had to see like,
Mhm.
damn, I'm really, using a lot of this energy that I could be using to do one of these cribs and put that power into getting this shit done than just be sitting around mad. So I just wasted and exhausted, like you said, all that energy is just put to something that has no physical, part of me.
Yeah. That's a fact. I mean, that's also a part of forgiving yourself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you go through things in life and we beat ourselves up about things we went through, but life is about lessons and blessings, as I was just saying. So nobody come in the world knowing everything. Within this process, you're going to go through some things, and it's going to be a part of your growth if you allow it to be.
Right.
You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you may look at yourself and you can say, I mean, I'm not where I want to be at a certain age, or I don't have the job. You know what I mean? But that's only because you're looking at things outside of yourself, and you just have to be more forgiving, be more graceful,
Mhm.
because I mean, it's just a part of the process of life. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And you a type of person that dwell on the negative. See, me, I don't dwell on no negative. Like, it can be the worst day of my life. You would definitely never know, because I don't let that shit feed off. I don't feed off into it.
Mhm.
No type of form or
Mhm.
no type of fashion, because I know what type of person I am. I know
Mm-hmm.
when I get mad, like when I was younger. When I get married, there's only one person in the world can stop me, and that was my mom. Like everybody knew that. Like we gotta call this nigga mom, cause this nigga, you know what I'm saying? When he get to that stage, ain't no Katizi ain't coming down. When I get up there, ain't no coming down. You know what I'm saying? Until the problem is resolved, because the best way to resolve a problem is to eliminate the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like confrontation. I don't like to form that problem. I don't like to, power myself up, because I know it's gonna be hard for me to power myself down, without that, with that transformer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And motherfuckers be like, "Oh, TZ the problem." Damn right, I'm gonna be the problem, because you put me in a position where I have to be a problem. And that's my defense mechanism. So don't.
That's also part of you have to know yourself.
Yep.
Once you understand who you are, that's why I say it's part of the growing process. In your adolescent phase of life, especially because that's why they say, as a child, there are certain things that you couldn't control. So you couldn't control the environment that you grew up in. Exactly. But as an adult, you can do that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's why you have to forgive yourself. But there may be things that happen. I find so many adults right now are traumatized from things that happened when they was younger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they haven't gotten over it. They haven't forgiven themselves. They haven't taken the proper steps to get help or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And they go around in life and you can just hear the child in them when they talk to you about stuff.
Man, I promise you. I promise you. I know a lot of 40 and 50 and 35, 16-year-old mindset people just still in their ways, And like I say, it comes, like you said, with a person that know. And like I say, I understand. I can tell by your senses when you talk to me what type of mind state and what type of mind frame you are or could be in. You know what I'm saying? Because what you say may not be the person you are. Some people play dumb to get ahead, because they understand. If I don't really say much and act like I don't know, you ain't finna be pointing the finger at me to do all the work, so you got to know,
when. Baby, I can feel it. You can say, but baby, I know. All you gotta do is sit back and observe. You're gonna come out the bag eventually, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All you have to do is pay.
Lord have mercy.
It's easy
you
to
will reveal yourself. Right. Lord have mercy. Well, so Gab, I got like 5 more minutes left because I'm in the library. We had a real bad storm today, and the power is out in the next 2 to 3 cities. I don't know what's going on. It's trees everywhere. We can't get past the roads. All the trees then fell, and it's bad out here. It's bad.
You ain't in New
Orleans, but it's no power right now. We have no power. But the library had power, so I had to come up here to charge my phone up and at least go live.
Yeah, in Chicago?
Well, Illinois, rather.
Yeah. Right, in the burbs, the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, so closer to like Illinois side, not
Yeah, we in Illinois. Downtown Chicago was like 35 minutes from.
Yeah, like far. Like we would be considered Chicago suburbs.
Yeah, y'all just got what we just flew through us, man. It just came over here, blew a couple of little things down too, but we ain't get affected. Like y'all got. Well, I know my immediate area then, so I hope Amarin or Spectrum or whoever y'all dealing with down there, go and get y'all stuff together, man. Get them people power back on, because
that's ComEd. Shout out to ComEd. Shout out to ComEd.
No, we ain't gonna shout them out because they ain't giving y'all no reimbursement back.
Because it's been out. The storm came at like 1 PM. They've been out since like 2 o'clock. It's going on now.
It used to be like that all the time back in the day. It used to snow heavy back in the day, and the power would be out for hours at a time, sometimes days, depending on how bad it is.
And that's one thing that I say about us too, playing these people game and we don't have being control. We need to be compensated when our stuff go out. You know what I'm saying? Start showing some gratitude, or like I say, the world just gonna have to say we're not paying our bill. 1 month, we all just gonna have to try it. I know it may seem harsh, but we're gonna have to try it because that's the only way we're gonna get the bill.
Let me stop you. And I'm going to tell you something, what I've learned. Because, as Aquarius, we have these ideas, right? It's like, and it'd be like revolutionary. But the reality of it is that shit ain't going to happen.
It will happen if we gotta sit on it, though. We got to keep on putting it in the atmosphere. That's one thing with us Aquarius. We don't stop, but the rest of the signs seem to stop. So we gonna have to keep on putting it out there because one day we all gonna try it, just like motherfuckers tried doing the Social
And baby,
Security.
it's gonna be all
and
those
Social
parents that pay
Security.
their bill, and everybody else gonna pay the bill because you know it's always that Uncle Tom, like Fred Hampton, the nigga who went, you know, like
Yeah, there we go, thinking the negative. We ain't
it's
gonna
not
dwell on the
negative,
negative
it's
part.
reality. Listen, it's reality. We're talking. Listen,
Right, reality is negative. Reality is negative.
It's a part. Negativity is a part of reality. There's balance.
Yeah.
Remember, we're in a dual nation. We're in a dual universe.
And that's
So
why I say,
that,
but the negativity is taking over right now. So we don't
I'm just keeping it real. Look, you just said it. I'm keeping it. I'm telling the truth.
It is a spiritual warfare. It's bad out there.
We definitely always gonna have that numbskull that say, "Oh fuck it, I can't do it no more."
Come on now. The one on the lowest of the totem pole, who they gave that piece of cheese to the rat, and he took the cheese and he over there with them now, playing puppet master. Listen. That's the story of Jesus and Judas. If you think about it, like from a worldly perspective, because you know me, reading the Bible, it's scenarios and narratives of situations that have already occurred. Because remember, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, thanks.
If you read the Bible, it's like a black novel. It's so messy. It's so much stuff going on up in there. And the story of Judas and Jesus, it's always going to be one person. He was a good man. He didn't do nothing to nobody, and that man still sold him out for some money. That piece of cheese, that's something. You know what I mean? Like, that's life. That's why I said the best thing that you can do as a person is your part to be a part of the balance. So because being a revolutionary is one thing when you have people with enough of us with the awakened mindset to revolutionize. But until we get to that point, it's always going to be that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and another thing, you know, we make ourselves vulnerable, you know, to be taken out, you know, when we do step up, you know, and not enough people stepping up because you got to have an army to win a war. So I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, that's all.
1,000,000,000%.
It's just my perspective from looking out because I'm that person. I'm the come on, let's do it kind of person. Y'all, hey, what we finna do? Now somebody let they hate, they mad. I ain't even you don't like me. You know, like it be so much that come with that.
Yeah, that's me all day. I'll be ready. You know? I said, yeah, that's me too. I'll be ready. I don't
TGT, trying to go. And there's so many that either it's somebody that got a doubt about it, somebody don't want to do it, somebody lazy, somebody ain't. It's always somebody. So it's best that you, because the one thing I understand, I can't dictate or control nobody except for me.
Yep.
That's right.
You have a kid and you can barely tell her what to do.
Yep. Only thing we control in this world is what we say and what we do. Everything else is kind of accommodated, you know, by somebody else, you know.
And so hopefully it's a trickle down effect. So like you say, your passion, your charisma, you know what I mean? Everything that you have to be forward moving, you just got to kind of do that and be that. And you'll see people start to pay attention and be like, okay, well, it's working for them. You can tell a person to do something all day until they see it working for you. A lot of the time, they won't believe it or they won't partake in it.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I'm just saying. And that's why when you have a vision and you have a passion, regardless of what people say, if something is in your heart to do it, you must do it because there's going to be a lot of naysayers. But that's a part of the quote
unquote. There's going to be a lot of non-supporters.
Yeah, that's a part of the
people want to come up, and we get it. I ain't knocking the come up hustle. But unity definitely.
Not maliciously. Don't be malicious in it. No, I agree. We're not gonna be malicious. Yeah. We're not gonna do that. I'm just saying. So, I mean, there's so many aspects to it, but you just gotta know. You know, it's. I think it's just one of them things that come with time. You know, no one want to hold them, no one want to fall like they song, no one want to run, no one want to walk away. You know, you just gotta kind of know. And sometimes you may not know, and that's okay too.
Yeah, and like I say, we always ready. We just don't know what we have to be ready for, you know. So people be like, "Oh, I gotta get ready." Nah, you ready, motherfucker. You just don't know what you got to be ready for. Because when it's time to put them boots on, you better believe the motherfucker's gonna be by your feet.
Okay, them spidey senses gonna get the tingling. You either gonna do it or you ain't.
Yeah.
But they say don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
And that's my higher power. That you said it right on the nose, boy. My spider chances kept me here. I follow them mugs. Motherfucker be like,
Yes.
get out of her. Yeah,
You
yeah.
better.
My shit get the tingling. When I move, you better move or shit. Yo have to be calling me later.
Listen, if we understood ourselves, that's another thing I want to talk about. Knowing thyself, that's like an African proverb, one of the first ones, if it's not the first one, knowing yourself. So with that being said, we are energetic beings, right? Frequency, all the things that have to do with this world have to do with us. If we understood more about the sciences of ourselves, of our bodies, minds, we would be so much more powerful, but people really don't understand that. People don't understand the state of mind. People don't understand the state of well-being. People don't understand universal laws. There are certain things in this world that governs us all. It don't matter who you is.
Mhm.
Fashion, from the trees to the bird, we are one in that sense. So we could understand that we actually have the power to manipulate a lot of things in a lot of ways, even as far as the revolution with getting people on you. But we're so distracted. We all in these computers, like it's like your signal is being blocked.
Yeah, we are silent people. We didn't, without English words, we used to hum and body language to each other.
Yeah.
We move like that, telepathically.
Yeah.
Knowing how we need to move. For the other people couldn't hear us coming or see us going. So yeah, you're definitely correct.
We still do that right now today as a people. We got that little nod, that little thing, that laugh, somebody laugh. You know what I mean? We still have it. It's just not as trained as it was back in the day for us to move as one.
And
they got to study. They got to study about these chimpanzees. And on one side of the world, they taught the chimpanzees something. And then, like, it didn't take long before the other ones on the other side, you know what I mean? But that's because they're in tune. Like, universally, animals have the thing that we're trying to get back to. You know what I mean?
And I was just gonna say that because I was just gonna say everything has a reason and a position to play in this world. What if had free will like us people and decided who it want to let breathe or not? So some things have to be just play their part. If they try to play other people's parts and deal with other shit, a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to breathe, So that's definitely true, So for us to have this free will, and be able to, channel with plants, animals, and other people, like-minded, we definitely need to take heed of that. And I definitely wanted to know, I grew up knowing everything was a lie, from common sense. You really can see, when you being deceived. You know what I'm saying? And nobody know how to tell you somebody lying to you. You feel it, and you consciously, open-minded to motherfucker getting over, but you want to be in a position, because you never been in a position, So that's where the catch-25 come with, because like I said, we born with everything we need to know. It's just how we deal with whatever habitat we in, because I could have came from a poor house or a rich house, but still being in that same neighborhood, I would have to deal with the things within the neighborhood.
That's a fact. And you are, and that's the one I think, especially us, us being a product of the environment, For those of us who did not become the product and still are able to move forward in intelligence and in grace, it speaks volumes upon what the man can do. You know what I mean? Because we definitely have all been programmed from birth. You know what I mean? But it's for you to understand as an adult to do what adults do, which is figure things out. Just don't let nobody tell you nothing. You know what I mean? Like stand for something to fall. All the cliches. You know what I mean?
And like you said earlier, you definitely, as growing up as a child, you definitely more lenient, less lenient to, being controlled than when you get an adult.
Yes.
So how you learn as a child, don't dictate, how you be as an adult, but it do benefit, the way of life that you will have more options to live. Like a lot of people don't have trades. A lot of people don't have work ethics, different work ethics. So when certain things don't go their way, those will be the people that's going go robbing and stealing, because they only had one way of life and living. So when that's not, accommodated or accessible for them, they got to go with the next best thing because they got to live their life, So if you got to steal and eat, there's just a way that you have to do it,
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But that's why you got to use the biggest muscle in your body, which is your brain. If you use that, That the work, because they tell you to work hard, but the reality is you got to have a little bit of both. You need to work smart as well, because working hard will break that body down quick.
Tony Thompson, he finally found the podcast.
Huh?
Tony said he finally found y'all podcast.
That's because of you. It's only because of you, Teasy. Thank you. Come join us in real life, baby.
Pull up, Tony. He said that's their parents not handling their business.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, we already know. See, we think alike. We definitely think alike. I don't know, it's just a water wave or that. Can't blame nobody else but no next person, because like I always tell parents, you can be the best parents in the world, but if that child just want to do what they want to do because they have a mind of their self as well, and then
like I said,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was gonna say, that's what I meant by life is full of lessons and blessings, and once you actually just take the time to observe, and because you have to understand people from different perspectives. You cannot be closed-minded. You know what I mean? You can have a child that have the worst environment in the world and they be the best person and vice versa. That's life. Life shows you that just when you think something is, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many anomalies in this world. You know what I mean? Things that are supposed to be a certain kind of way but came out and was totally different than what they said it was, on some green eggs and ham type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. Yes, your the parenting definitely affects you. Your environment definitely affects you. There are so many things that definitely affect the way a person comes up, but it's about perseverance. It's about resilience. It's about your mind, your mental state of being. It's about your mental state of being, because we all have the capability to transmute energy, transform yourself. You know what I mean? So I get it, yes, because I do agree in certain instances, especially because these kids be fucked up. Who fucked up the parent? You know what I'm saying? Who messed up the parent? You know what I mean? Like, and even if, because you got to think, especially in our community, we have a lot of latchkey kids. Some kids is out here raising yourself. I feel like that's why our generation is more mature, because we kind of had to grow up quick.
Yeah, and we raised
we grew up quick. You know what I'm saying? I was the baby. So I'm just saying we was left with the devices. We was left with the TV, the predators, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had to get out here and get things done. And it's like, I look at the younger generation and the things that they lack because of the lifestyle that they didn't live, the stuff that we complained about. Mm-hmm. We complained about a lot of shit, but it made us strong people today.
Nah, that's a fact.
And it's a lot of this younger generation. It's like,
they used to being handed to them. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, like,
we got a different ball game when the motherfucker give you, when you have a crutch and when you don't have a crutch.
That's a fact. That is a fact. But we also had a lot, like, sense wise. That's what the indigo babies. We kind of came into the world with a sense of, like, I don't know, like a time such as this type of deal. Like, we had to be who we had to be in order for things to be the way that they are today. A lot of our generation have grandparent knowledge. Mm-hmm. We didn't know, we didn't understand that a lot of the people who was raised by the grandparents was meant to be that way, for them to be able to pass down what the parents lacked from the generation before.
Thanks.
Because remember, that generation of parents, they was partying. They was the hippies, baby. They was getting it in. And the grandparents was instilling into us the things that the parents didn't take from them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And then, like you say, with life maturing and different things that, kids have that we didn't have, give them, an upper hand too for us knowledge. Like, we didn't have the knowledge that these kids getting right now outside of common sense. You know what I'm saying? They pick up their phone and can see some shit that they be overseas, that shit we really had no knowledge of. Like, we never knew motherfuckers had fresh, clean water and mansions and hotels, in Africa. All we seen was bugs on them and flies all on them, so we never knew, so with internet and all that, it changed our whole mindset.
It did. It did. That's why I said we have the best of the generation, because we had the old, but then we got the new as well. We have a good balance of it. You know what I mean? We transitioned from rotary phones. Now we on these looking at each other through the screen, talking. You know what I mean? Like we got the best of both worlds. It was like whatever, like I said, whatever went on, it was supposed to be that way. It was meant.
Yeah.
It was meant. And I'm
It's
glad
just
I grew
like
up in the
schooling.
time that I did.
Yeah, and it's just like schooling. You know, when you have the best of both worlds, you know, on the land, you know, you got book smarts and you got street smarts. You know, you have the kind of upper hand because you know the proper balance. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, the 80 babies are kind of more common sensual, and we tend not to make as many mistakes as people before us and people in front of us, you know.
Yeah. Because we seen it all. We see
Yeah, I
it
never
like,
thought about it like that until you said something though. That make a lot of sense.
let me tell you something. While I sit back, I disconnect from the world all the time to see what God got for me. Because I understand I need to tap out the world and tune into God, tune into the God frequency, the universal factors, the things that be, the thing that created me, the reason why I am. If you even break down the molecules that we are as people, we come from literally the dirt.
He said, Tony said, a lot of people are creating weak-minded individuals. You got to stop generational curses. And I was a latchkey kid, and we ain't have a phone to check in with parents. We was outside.
Outside. Yes, we were. We was outside, and you couldn't pay.
LOL.
You can't pay these kids to go outside right now. I be begging my kids to go outside. Go play. Go be in the sun.
You can't pay their ass to go outside.
You can't pay them, and you couldn't pay us to sit in the house.
Especially not me. I done jumped out the window. My granny had a lock on the fucking balls, bro, to keep us, you know, from being out what they call the world.
Yeah, for real.
So shit, we can go outside and you play in the backyard. Don't even be in the front so people can know it's people in this damn house. Type shit.
No, for real though, but listen, we was raised with caution. Like we was raised to use our spotty senses. We was used to be aware. We was raised to be aware. And
your neighbors got their ear tail on you, so you know it was spies. The good spies' eyes was always on you, you know, because it kept you motivated not to do a lot of bad shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now he over here talking stuff. He talking about he a 90s baby and he think y'all tougher. I don't think so, sir.
No, it ain't about tougher. It's about having more common sense.
Yes.
Than you new babies. And like I say, it all goes back to your habitat, who you was raised around, and what type of stuff you raised yourself to be around, you know. Because I hung with all old heads, you know. I didn't hang with people my age. So people my age, we didn't know shit. Everybody that was my age knew just about as much as I did. So I hung around people who knew more and that was already on the planet more.
Yeah, but remember our generation also grew up around the people that took people under their wings and tried to give them something. Like we were more unified. We were more community.
Whether it was the dope boy who wanted you to
whatever it was,
or the nigga that wanted you to watch his house because he was doing too much in the street. Yeah.
Whatever it was, they took you, and females too.
Yeah.
They took you under their wing and they tried to show you something.
I had a lot of hood mamas.
I'm just saying.
That's a fact. A lot of hood mamas and a lot of hood OGs.
Period. Definitely and it worked. We looked out for each other. You may not look. That's the genuine unity. You may not even like the person, but if they was in your neighborhood and something went down, you was 10 toes down, and y'all was back into it the next day. But at that moment, y'all were unified enough to get whatever threat that was against everybody out the way.
And that's crazy that you said that. I was just talking about that on my live this morning. How I used to hang with the Blocker Boys and Ty Tight and the Guido Butters that used to, you know, do the music here in St. Louis back in the day. And they used to always tell me, like, go back on Maple. This ain't for you. You know, you got more going for yourself. Don't be over here hanging. And I never understood, you know, why they ain't want me to be over there. I know how to rap. You know, I'm fly. And like he said, back then, the streets got me chew you up. It wasn't for you. You know, we seen better for you. You know what I'm saying? The shit not for everybody. You know, so shit, that's one reason, you know, why I didn't fall in the trap. You know, because people like that always told me, go over there and work on the house or something. Boy, you work on houses. What you over here for?
Period. Now they don't care. They throw you on the bus. They got you doing stuff. Ain't paying no attention. They locked up a lot of people. A lot of people died. They took away the grandparent age. There's a gap. A lot of people don't have grandparents. It was young mothers having, so they don't. It's like the foundation that we had is just no longer there. So it's like we're having to put that back together. But that's why we got the knowledge to still kind of set. Because let me tell you something. I had my babies young, but they was raised right, even though I was a young mom.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew who I was, even when I didn't know who I was, if that made sense.
I make a lot of sense. He said facts, old heads. I was definitely 17. Them 30 old ladies definitely was putting us on game, but women ain't about these no good motherfuckers.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hell yo. Whatever. A mess. I'm just saying though, like, and I think every generation has this conversation, because remember the generation before said the same thing about our generation when we was coming up. Oh, y'all wearing your clothes and you're doing this and you're doing that, but we still had some kind of love. Right. It's like now it's ruthless.
And they used to always say, well, wait till you have kids, your ass gonna be saying the same thing. And look at us now, we run around.
Look at us now. I think we the coolest generation though. Like, stop playing with us.
Yeah, we should have been the hippie ones, like the 70s. The 80s is kind of like the 70s, mindset, chill type shit. Like, motherfuckers don't want to fight, but motherfuckers oppress you type shit. Yeah, that's how a lot of people, we rather chill, but we'll get on your ass.
Stop playing. But that's how we was taught though. We was taught to love, you know what I'm saying? Like, be cool.
Yeah,
when
don't take no shit.
my grandma used to say, kick ass and take names later. Stop playing.
I'm trying to tell you.
So we were raised with, and respect is a thing that we lack horribly here in this generation.
Oh, he said his mom was 15 when she had him. So I learned a lot. My mom made mistakes, but she's a better grandparent than she was a mom.
I mean, but I think a lot of people have that right. And I think that's how it's supposed to be. Because you got to think, I had a conversation with somebody and they were saying how the parent had to move in with the daughter and how they feel about that. I'm like, well, to be honest with you, that's how messed up we is. That's how it's supposed to be.
Thanks.
Like, grandma's supposed to be instilling in the grandkids, and the grandkids are supposed to be there to help us stay young.
Mm-hmm.
While we go do what we need to do, and then we'll pay it forward when it comes time for us to be grandparents and things. It's a cycle of wisdom and life that's supposed to be handed down from the grandparent to the grandchild.
Right. And it lessens the bills. You know what I'm saying?
All that.
You help motherfuckers in. Yeah, all that applies pressure. Like, everybody want to be so fucking private. Everybody want to be, you in my business and all. Who gives a fuck?
Independent shit is stupid.
Yeah, independent is definitely an insufficient word. I always said that. That shit is an insufficient word.
What's insufficient?
Independent.
Yes.
Is an insufficient word because everybody have something or someone to help them in some way or some fashion.
Even just coming into the world, you was not independent. You came, somebody helped you come in here, and somebody gonna help you leave. Hopefully, by the grace of God. I'm just saying.
That word was put here to keep us segregated.
It was though. He said, "I ain't gonna lie. If you a man and your mama have to move in, it's no longer your house no more. Your mama
yeah. You definitely right.
All I'm saying though, it's not a bad thing because she's gonna bring balance to whatever you may be lacking. This wisdom and elders, you know what I'm saying? So we supposed to take that in with love, with gratitude, with unity, instead of saying, "Oh, I want my own stuff." Like they said, the Waltons, they got a corporation as a family. They're the Waltons. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, this Michael Jordan, this Magic Johnson, this everybody for themselves. It's very individual. It's not the Jordan family. You know, they got their own, you know what I mean? It's we don't know how to come together. So it's like, that's crazy how you thought that was a bad thing that the girl mama, she moved with, but to be honest with you, that's what it's supposed to be. That's help. That's more hands, cooking, cleaning. It's like you say, the money like it just makes more sense for us we need to get back into that way of being, to be honest with you. And it'll actually cause some stability. It'll give more stability into a household. Because a family is like a corporation. Everybody got jobs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to be doing something. We're supposed to be building an empire. That's what life should be about. Like even me, I had my kids out of wedlock, but I do feel like children should be for married people. If you're not trying to build a legacy or an empire, you should not be out here having kids.
Man, and with that being said, we ain't saying everybody just move in the same house. Y'all just move on the same block. You know, that makes it a little bit easier, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, but sometimes that's what you get. If you have to do that because the Hispanics, they come over here, they get a house, and before you know it, baby, they be on. Give them a little bit of time. They're gonna start together, and they're all gonna help each other get to where they need to be, because that's what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We as Black people, we can't say, okay, let's all put our money in the baddest house and rehab it, and let's do another house, and let's do another house, and then when we get done, that's your house, that's my house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
me and my brother was talking about that this morning. We got some little Mexicans that work for us. You know what I'm saying? And we be looking at them like, man, we can't get none of our people to do the shit that these motherfuckers sit up here and do. I'm talking about like they're hot paint, the pip the ceiling, walking on the ladder up and down. I'm like, boy, so many brothers to come. Oh, we need a walk border. We need this or we need that. These motherfuckers go in there and get that shit done. Goddamn, it'd be probably 5 or 6 that I had. In the next 4 hours to be called. We done.
And we still up here arguing about what color do we need to put on the wall still. We ain't even started the project yet. Before we even get started and ended, it done stopped.
I always said I need 1,000 me's, goddamn me right now, cause shit. Boy, trying to find some good Black people that you actually want to see them work. You want to, you got work. You want to see us work and get together. These motherfuckers don't be wanting to work. Like, I don't understand that shit. I never did.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think it's just more of the not really being harsh, but just kind of being stern in your way of beeping it and the way you deal with people, because you got to be in this world in order to be able to get ahead. So it's like, my friend may get mad that I didn't pick my friend to come do this job, but Johnny had more gumption and more resilience than you, and Johnny wanted this and you didn't. You think just because you my friend, I'm supposed to hire you? Hell no.
And like I be telling people, they be, oh, we so scorned and that scar been healed. Motherfuckers, we gotta get this shit together. It's been a lot of band-aids and a lot of goddamn super glue on these wounds. Motherfucker, we been healed. Motherfucker just don't want to be healed. You know what I'm saying?
And let's cut it with the pity parties. Let whatever's gonna happen go on, and let's move on from it. Let's stop.
He's talking about some his mama Hispanic, so her side be on his ass, but her side of the family is unified, but his dad's side, the Black side, broken.
I'm just saying. And if he gonna say niggas don't be working, I have Mexicans all the time. You a part of the problem. I'm just playing.
Half of the motherfuckers don't be know what they be doing though, but they get up there and do that shit, boy. I tell you.
And that's what the problem with us. I don't know how. Man, they got YouTube tutorial videos show you how to do everything.
Yeah, do that shit, and if you don't tell their ass to take that shit down, boy, that be I'm done. Be like, nah, bro, that shit ain't right. Your ass finna get a tutorial, nigga. You ain't leaving like that.
Listen, we all need to be trying to figure out what gifts that we have and be able to bless each other to be able to give them away, and so that we all can come up. Man. It's a dog. If people are not coming together today because it's greed. People are greedy. There's enough resources to go around in this world. It's like you was talking about. And we need to stop paying the light bill. We shouldn't be paying no bill at all. We shouldn't have to pay for none of the stuff that we got going on. Everything should be barter system. You know what I mean? Like everything, because it will stop a lot of stress. It will stop a lot of fight. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And for and everybody, I ain't gonna say this to Black people. And for those who don't want to get on with the program, y'all going about y'all business. Go create y'all own, whatever the case may be.
Create y'all own stuff.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we ain't even got to keep talking about it. You know what? That's fine. Go do what works for y'all.
Oh, God. I say the same shit.
But listen,
I be saying it with my group. We ain't complaining about the people that's not doing nothing. We just paying attention to the people that's doing something. Okay.
That's it. That's all. Okay, listen, I gotta get up off of here.
I appreciate you, Tony Big Homie, for stopping in, man. I definitely appreciate y'all for logging me in.
Tune in. We got to get together. I've been real busy. I know you've been in by, we have to talk about that a whole other time. But I'm willing to do it all. I just got a lot going on. When I tell you a lot, I'm in there.
Balance is the balance. It's the balance, and don't overstock yourself. Shit might
it's not even that. It's just there are gonna be aspects of me that I can't give. So if you want me to participate in certain, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to do certain things, and it's gonna be like I'll participate. I don't have a problem with, but my time is kind of like scarce right now, so I don't mind. I just gotta, you know.
Man, I'm always ready. I stay ready. I ain't got to get ready. You say
That
when
part.
it's banned.
That needs to be the Aquarius motto.
What?
Stay ready. We stay ready because we ain't got to get ready.
I'm trying to tell you.
All right now.
All right, I'm Young Teasy, Quality Music Management, St. Louis in the building.
And I'm my co-host had to get off due to technical difficulties with the lights in her area. But we will be back here next Thursday. Check us out. Real life topics. And then we got also you on the tap in discussion panel as well. Hit them up too on what y'all are you all on all platforms?
Yeah, platforms. And shout out to Hood Cream, my clothing line, where it don't just look good on you, it make you feel good when you got it on you. So make sure y'all tap in, man.
Put them plugs in there. All right now. Good night, y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. See you soon.
Adios. Sayonara. Good night, Irene.